Now let us try to add these images to the div element with ID fruits. So how we can do that? We first need to shuffle the items. Then we can add the items within a div element. Okay. So first let me shuffle the fruits ARR. How we can do that? We have already written the shuffle function. So I can specify shuffle and I need to pass the fruits array to that so that this array will be shuffled. Next, I am going to use the each method to add the items to the fruits div element. So $.each, this is a jQuery method in fact. So within this I need to add the function and we will have index and value for this. Index will be starting from 0 and values will be this until this. So let me get index comma value, and within this what should I do? I need to append each item, that is each image within a div element to this fruits div. So how I can do that? I can do it either using append method or using the append to method. If I use append method, how I will do that? I have to specify $fruits, that is the div to which we need to append the items. Then I have to specify .append. Within this I need to specify what I should append. So I want to append each image within a div element. Why? Because I plan to make these div elements draggable. Okay, so div. Within this I need to add an image with src equals. What should be the src? It should be value, because values will be these values. Index will be 0, 1 like that, and value will be the values in the array. So I need to close this image tag and then the div tag. Okay. Hope you understand this. We want to append each image within a div element because we are going to make the div elements draggable. So I have added div tag. Then within that I need to add the image. For each image the source should be different, that is each value from the array. So after this src equals, I close the double quotes and then put the value. Then again opening the double quotes, I put the closing tag for image and then close the div. Okay, now we are using the append method. But what if I want to use the append to method? In that case, this will come first. So let me cut it from here and paste it here. And this should come after the append to. That is the only difference between append and append to. So within this, let me remove this $. And here we need to have a $. Why I am using append to method instead of append method? Do you understand why I have done like that? Because I want to make this div element draggable. So jQuery methods are chainable. So if I start with this selector, I can just specify .append and after this .draggable. Okay. So to make this div elements draggable along with this, I have used the append to method. I have to make it append to. Okay. That is the only reason why I have used the append to method instead of append method. Hope you understand the difference between append and append to. In case of append, we need to first specify to which we need to append the item, and as the parameter we need to specify what should be appended. On the other hand, if you are using the append to method, we need to use what should be added as the first and then the parameter should be to which we need to add. So here we have used the append to method. Now let's see whether we are getting any output. Let me refresh. Okay, we are not getting any output. Let me check the code. Okay, here I haven't passed this fruits array to this each method. That is why we are not getting any output. So in case of each method, the first parameter should be the name of the array and then the second parameter, the function to be executed. Now let's check the code. Let me refresh. See, we are getting the images of the fruits. See, let me refresh. See, the items are shuffled. See, again shuffled. So we are getting the fruits image, but now we are not getting the images as we want, right? To make it appear these images as we want, we need to do some CSS coding. So let's do that. After the script, let me add a style tag. And let me first style these two div elements, that is hash fruits and hash drop area. So hash fruits, because its ID is fruits, and hash drop area, here it should be a comma. And for this, what I want to float these items to the left. Then let me set the width to be 100%. And let me also add some padding of say 50 px. Next, let me style the div of both these fruits and drop area, because we have added these images within div element. Similarly, we are going to add the names of the fruits within div elements in this section, that is drop area section. So let me access those two divs, that is fruits space div, comma, hash drop area space div. How I have to style these? I need to set width to be 130 px, height also to be 130 px. Then let me set a border of 4 px solid black. Then let me set them float to be left. Now let's see the difference. Let me save. Let me refresh. See, now they are seen like this. Okay. Then what should I do? I need to have some gap. So let me add a margin of 5 px, also a padding of 5 px, then border radius, that is to have some rounded corners, of 5 px. Then let me set the background color to be white, because for some images there could be slight differences in the color. Let me save this. Let me refresh. Now they are seen like this. Now we are seeing the images outside this div, right? So we need to style these images as well a bit. So how I can do that? Hash fruits div img, because this img is within the div and each div is within the fruits section. Let me set the width and height for those as well. Let me set the width to be 100 px, height to be 100 px. Okay, and see the difference. Let me refresh. See, they are seen like this. Now they are moved towards the left hand side, right? So for this div element, what I can specify is text align to be center. And see, let's save this. Let me refresh. See, they have moved to the center. And to have a feeling that these items are draggable, we can set the cursor value to be pointer. That is, when the person moves the mouse over the item, it will get the hand-like cursor. Let's see that. Let me refresh. See, we are seeing a hand-like cursor. Okay, so these items are now ready. Next, let us try to add the names as well, like this. That is, we have to shuffle this names array and then do the same thing. Okay, so let me do that. Shuffle names arr, which will shuffle the items. Then similar to this, I need to have an each method. So let me copy this, paste it. Here it should be names arr. Okay, function index value, and within the div I just want to have the value, that is I just want to have the text, right? So let me close this div, then put a plus and then put the value, then again a plus, and then open this double quotes for this, and I want to append this to drop area, because that is the ID of this lower section. Okay, so with this what will happen, all the names will be added, right? So let me save this and see the difference. Let me refresh. Okay, now the items are displayed like this. What I can do is I can have font size for these items, and also if I set the line height to be the height of this div, it will be centered vertically. So for the div in the drop area, I need to have two separate properties. So let me copy this, paste it here. Let me set the font size to be say 25 px and line height to be this height. This is to vertically align the text. This is an easy technique to vertically align the text. Now let's see that. Save. Let me refresh. See, the items are seen in the middle. So we are done with the front end of our game, right? We are displaying the images in the upper section and we are displaying the names of the fruits in the lower section. Each time I refresh, the order of the images and the names will be changed like this. Okay. Next, what we need to do, we need to actually implement our game. That is, we need to make these items draggable. We need to make these items droppable. Then we need to have the same scope value for the same items. That is, for this and this, we need to have the same scope value so that we can implement the droppability easily. So we are going to do that in the next lecture.